Yo, you guys, what's going on? You already know the vibes. This your boy Hunter J23 coming to you live with the Independent Scene Podcast, episode 183. I wanted to chop it up with you guys just to let you guys know I appreciate everything that you guys have done. You know what I'm saying? Being supportive, being loving. You know what I'm saying? I support y'all just as much as y'all support me. But we got a really dope artist in the building. She goes by the name of Janelle Sy'Mone. I was chopping it up with her yesterday, but technical difficulties got in the way, so I decided to bring her back. We're gonna recap. We're gonna do this thing. We're gonna do this thing again, and I hope that you guys will be inspired by it. Like I said, I am your host, Honcho J. This is episode 183 of Independent Scene Podcast, and I definitely can't wait for you guys to meet her and feel that vibe that she brings with her every time she steps onto a platform. So, like I said, I thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, this is and then we're gonna get, and there she is. So, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome my guest at this time, right here on episode 183 for Independent Scene Podcast. My lovely special guest, Janelle Sy'Mone. Let's get it.
Hey,
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
on! Excited to be back in effect.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I told you I had to bring you back, man. Technical difficulties, they happen all the time. So definitely glad that you was able to join us once again. You know what I'm saying, for another conversation. Real quick, I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, and then we're gonna jump right into it.
Yes, I'm Janelle Sy'Mone, singer, songwriter, actor extraordinaire, honey. I'm here, and I'm so excited. Thank you again for having me.
Most definitely, most definitely. So first things first, I'm gonna kind of switch it up a little bit because yesterday I kind of went different ways. I want to kind of switch it up. So the first thing I wanna talk to you about a little bit is talk to us a little bit about your growing up. What was growing up like for you and stepping into your own as a woman and finally realizing that you wanted to do music? What was that like for you?
So growing up for me, I've always wanted to do music. Music was my first language. I knew music before I knew how to talk, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
so growing up wasn't the easiest, but we grew up, west side of Atlanta, and then in the countries, Podunk to Valdosta, Georgia. But we always had music. Like I said, my mom would always be playing some type of Anita Baker, which is who I, kind of follow behind Tony Braxton, Frankie Beverly and Mays, Earth, Wind and Fire. So these were all great influences. Jill Scott. So ever since I knew I could sing, or what I thought was singing, which was really mumbling, I knew I wanted to do music, and it's just been really a part of my life ever since then.
Okay, okay. So talk to us about the name Janelle Sy'Mone. Like, where did all of that come from?
So Janelle is my name. Simone actually got from Nina Simone. Nina Simone's also another great influence of mine, and she just had that deep husky voice. She was political. She was strident. She was strong. And I was like Janelle Simone. And plus, Audre Lorde does this thing where she like it's symbolism, like no, not symbolism, but I can't think of. I forgot the word. But yeah, I mean, I like the way it rolls off the tongue, Janelle Simone.
Okay, okay. So let me ask you this. So being the artist that you are, singer, songwriter, actor, everything that you do, um, what has been the most rewarding thing about, this profession that you're in? Not only the reward, but what's it been like to see all of your accomplishments and things that you put into fruition flourish? Like how does that feel for you?
I always feel like I'm not there yet. I'm always working to like outbeat or compete with the person I was before. And I truly mean that. But seeing the reactions to the video today, seeing the reactions to the videos that I
I
put out,
saw that.
yeah, seeing the love, my family calling me, screaming, telling me, oh my God, this is amazing. That's the reward for me. Seeing my 3-year-old nephew dancing to my song, that's a reward for me. Working with those amazingly talented Black men and women, that's a reward for me. Having the money and the resources to bring a safe space where people can come and express themselves and their talents and their gifts, that's a reward for me. And making people proud, people that I know, some not, some I don't. That's a reward for me. And then people finally telling me that they're inspired by me. That blows my freaking mind. I don't feel like I'm doing
Okay.
special or magnificent, but I love that people would grant me the visibility to do as such. So I'm happy.
Okay, okay. So let me ask you this. Now our state is our state has kind of opened back up. Things are kind of getting back to normal. And I must ask. With everything kind of opening back up and kind of getting back to normalcy, how do you feel about people get not only yourself but being able to get back to doing things and being able to still be safe, of course, but still just do what you do.
Performing is the lifeblood of who I am. I think a lot of artists can say that. I think when they took away live shows back in March of 2020, a lot of people, some people really hit a depression. For some, that's how they got paid. Luckily,
Right.
I have five, and I worked that. But now that it's coming back, I'm excited because that's what I do. I'm a performer. I'm an entertainer. If I had an option to be just a flat-footed singer, hitting all the notes of the world, or if I had an option of being on stage and really giving my energy and devoting my entire spirit to the performance facet of it, it's definitely performing for me. So this is going to be great. We got some stuff in store. I got some amazing things in store. I'm not playing. I'm not playing with myself. I'm not playing with my gift. I'm not playing with my performances. I'm coming to set the stage ablaze, and I mean that with every ounce of my being. So yeah, it's
Okay. Okay, okay. I feel that. I never feel that. All right, so when it comes to goals and aspirations, what goals and aspirations have you set for yourself for 2021 that you want to see flourish also and conquer?
So at this point, my goals are I want to go ahead and traverse the festival market. We were doing the festivals, or we were about to do festivals before everything closed down. So the festival market is something that I'm definitely looking forward to because it's pretty big. Then the next thing is racking up another North Carolina Music Award. You know,
Woo-woo.
short term goal. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then also the numbers. So we're gonna be hyper focused on promotion and marketing this next go round. We're gonna be hyper focused on getting my name out there to different markets outside of RDU. RDU has been good to me. Charlotte is about to be great to me, but Atlanta, I need DC, I need Boston, I need New York, I need LA, I need everybody on board, all hands on deck.
Most definitely, most definitely. All right, so now I need you to talk directly to the people, for the people out there who are, rising singers, rising stars, coming up through the ranks, truly operating in their gift and in their talent. What advice do you have for them? I need you to talk directly to them and give them that advice that they need to succeed and move on.
I always say I got three things, and my three things are like one, don't compete, don't compare. The moment you compete and the moment you compare is the moment that you start 7 feet back, 7 steps back. You are uniquely you. You are given what you're given, and you have to make it work with it. You have to work with that. The moment you try to be somebody else is the moment it's going to go all downhill. Downhill. There's 1,000 people that sound like Beyonce or SZA or Summer Walker, and they train themselves to sound that way. But there's already a Beyonce. It's already, if you take some inspiration, you can get because I'm inspired by the great entertainers all the time. Beyonce, Lizzo, Janet Jackson. I'm so inspired by them, but I have my own voice. Like my voice doesn't sound like theirs. I'm going to utilize my voice the way that it sounds, the grit, the grime, the loudness. Second thing is be careful who you invite to your table. If you lay it out there, you are every bit of that table, honey. You done put the linens out, the utensils, and you got the food. And not everybody is coming to give and give to your table. Some people are coming to take. And you have to be very mindful of your circle, very mindful of the spirits you let in, because this is a very strenuous process to create and let the world know who you are. So you've got to be mindful of that. And last but not least is don't take anything personal. The compliments or the criticism. Don't take anything personal. 1,000 people may like what you do. 1,000 people may hate what you do. You can't get too hyped on the likes. You can't get too down on the dislikes. Just honestly keep doing what you love. And if you love it, if you are proud of what you're producing, what you're creating, go ahead and put every belief system behind it to push it forward.
Most definitely, most definitely. All right, so let me ask you this. So when it comes to your music, and shows that you've done, what can people expect when they come to a Janelle Sy'Mone show?
Expect to be alive. Expect to know that I'm going to reflect you back to you. It's come to dance, come to have fun. I'm not a performer that is really gung ho about heartbreak. I've been heartbroken, but don't expect to cry or be all in your feelings. That's not the type of performer that I am. I'm there with so much going on in the world. I'm here to make you forget just for at least 45 minutes that you have issues, you have problems, that it's okay for you to go back to being a child again and dance and have fun and be lighthearted. So that is my gift.
Okay, okay. So talk to us about this video, this song that you just recently put out. Talk to us a little bit about that, and what was the message and the motto behind this new song and video?
So this particular video, it was really about fun. When we started to craft and produce around this particular song, we started to think about what I wanted to look like, sound like, and be like. And I was thinking 80s. I'm so in love with the sound of the 80s and 90s, and I think that it's coming back with Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak and Silk Sonic, with Doja Cat. Like they're gleaming from the sounds of the 70s, 80s, and 90s, because at this point we're kind of overly inundated with the vibe stuff. It's nice to be vibed and vegged out, but like we still need music with bridges and hooks and voices and all this kind of stuff like that. So I want this to be very monochromatic. That's why it's black and white. I want to take from Janet Jackson's Damn Baby, her Rhythm Nation. I want to take from Beyonce's Single Ladies. And so we crafted around that idea. We want to get a talk box on there because I love Zapp and Roger. I'm a huge fan. And there's not too many people who can do great talk boxes, I'm sorry. So we got the Mr. Talk Box, the one who did Bruno Mars's 24 Karat Magic, and we had him on it. And he sung through the entire song. So he's there live and in color. So we are just having a ball on the song. I'm so grateful.
Most definitely, most definitely. So let me ask you this. So, when it comes to, iconic stars, iconic legends, we've had so many, some still alive, some passed away. Um, and to that point, speaking on DMX himself, who truly revolutionized the game, changed the world, left an impact and left a legacy of great music and great songs. I know we was talking a little bit yesterday, and you said you weren't really a fan, but seeing him and seeing the kind of work that he put out, how did that make you feel to see him continue to do what he do, but also have the problems that he had? What was that like for you?
I think that there's a stereotypical narrative that all artists must suffer in some way in order to be considered artists. If you have a drug problem, a life problem, a weight problem, a head problem, a relationship problem. But I think that, a lot of us, if you're going to be that vulnerable to release music and release your creativity into the world, that you have to consider the fact that some of that has to be healed. Like music is cathartic for most of us. We do it because it heals us. We do it because we love it. But we also have to keep in mind that like the world and validation is not going to heal you from your pain, your suffering, your rape, your trauma. The validation is only going to get you high enough to do what you do. But I mean, at the end of the day, you still got to look inward and fix those things. So that's what I'm working on now. I'm glad I started late, because there's a lot of insecurity issues that I had to deal with that now I'm getting rid of and I'm healing. So when I get to that level of the world is now critiquing you, the world is now saying, hey, you're good, but also you suck. Like when you get to that point, now you're taking on the world's view of you. You're under a microscope. And if you come in that space unhealed, if you come to that space broken, it's going to just break you further. And then you're going to use people and drugs and instantaneous gratification to medicate yourself. And I think that's the situation DMX was in. He wasn't healed at the time. So it's very sad to see. It's very sad to hear, obviously. But I mean, his story has been so many other people's stories. So I hope they get something from, his passing.
Okay, okay. So now I kind of and again I appreciate you for speaking on that. So I kind of now want to switch gears. So and we also talked about this also yesterday. We also talked about we spoke about these versus battles. We've had so many legendary iconic battles that have come head to head and have done song for song, pound for pound. But I gotta ask, what's been your most favorite battle, and who would you like to see next?
SW And Escape was my favorite one, only because they did a lot of live singing. So I think that's a great component. That's a great production component of the verses, because it didn't start that way. Again, it started very much in this element with the FaceTime, Instagram Live, and people just talking face to face. But now this whole live, like this mini concert component where you're singing all the greats, all the favorites, I like that. And I would love to see someone break the internet. So that would be possible with Beyonce and Whitney Houston. I feel like, I know their voices are different. One, they both have their own separate legacies, but I'm just talking about hit for hit, pound for pound. I think that'll be amazing to see.
Okay, okay. So now let me ask you this. So, with everything that's been going on currently in the world, with the pandemic, with the social injustice, the police brutality, things of that nature, when you hear and you see things like that, and being a black woman, being, a female entertainer, being an artist, how does that make you feel to see all of that and to know that this is really going on? Do you feel like that there can be some change that comes to, back to America, or do you feel like we still got more work to go?
So America's never really changed. America's always been the country that it is, which is steeped in racism and all types of isms and schisms and classism and homophobia and transphobia and all that kind of stuff like that. And so what's happened, what did change is the internet. What did change was cell phones and people being able to record, and people not being able to just brush this stuff up under the rug. We would have never known about George Floyd had it not been for someone recording it. He would have been another man, dead and gone, that the world would have known about. But also because we've had this pandemic and we've been able to sit in our stew, sit in our shit. We've been able to really contemplate, like, how can we uproot this system of racism and bigotry. So I think that it's about to change. I think that the majority, we're talking about not the government, but the people who the government is supposed to protect and the government is supposed to be for, we're the ones saying, you know what, now people are getting serious about who they elect. People are getting serious about who they put into office. People are getting serious about being politically literate. People are getting serious now, and we're having voter turnout. We're having people put the most unexpected person in office, like the first black this or the second black this or the first trans this or the first gay this, openly gay this. We are changing it at this time, and it's nice to see. And I think that as artists we should reflect the times, and we should keep our artistry. There's a reason for it, to make people forget and make people fall in love and dance and be great. But then there's also a time where we need you to think and be cognizant and cerebral about what's going on in our world today. So I think that the best artists, they do both at the same time, like your Prince, your Michael Jacksons, your Stevie Wonders, your Nina Simone's. The iconic ones do the same. They do it at the same time.
Okay, okay. So now I got two other things I want to kind of get into real quick. So speaking on social media is huge. It's a huge platform for everybody. The entire world is on it. But I gotta ask again, being a female artist, being out here in this industry, doing what you do all so well, and being able to have, the support and the fans show you love and flock to your page through social media. How has social media benefited you, or how has it helped you in any way?
Social media is a huge benefit. I mean, social media and the technological advances of just having a phone, and I mean, it completely went around the industry, like the big machine that's the music industry. Because now for distribution, you can do everything from the tap of your phone, everything like DistroKid, CD Baby, everything is electronic, TuneCore, and this is a great way to connect with your fans all the time. It used to be through magazines, it used to be through newspapers back in the day, but now.
Right.
And in interviews and FYE, for your entertainment, the CD store where the artists would come and sign CDs all day and meet with the people. But now we can have that same interaction and the same engagement just simply based off of social media. So I think it's a great tool, but also don't let it damage you, because a lot of people are looking for the instant validation of social media, the likes, the comments, the shares, and all that kind of stuff like that, the reposting. And if you rely on that solely, looking at that, viewing that, you can mistake yourself. And that's the grim reality of social media. Sometimes you can fall into that box. So it does help, but you have to be careful how you use it as an artist.
I agree. I agree. So my next thing, I want to kind of talk about something that I feel that many people don't really speak on too much, and that being, the LGBT community. You
Mhm.
know, the LGBT community, they have their own following. You know what I'm saying? They have their own, their own space. But a lot of times in music and in hip hop, you know, they're bashed, they're criticized, you know, they're told that they're not performers, that they're not entertainers, that they can't perform on songs or, you know, collab with certain artists.
Mhm.
But, you know, being the artist that you are, and because I know you come across all types of people, all types of people from all different backgrounds. But what I specifically want to know, and what the world wants to know from you, is how do you feel about the LGBT community, and do you see them ever prospering the way that most other people can prosper?
So, number one, I am an advocate. I'm definitely an ally. I mean, that is my community. The black community is my community. LGBT, we're black. Like, I'm all about love. Love is love. So, I'm definitely someone who is a champion for that perspective. Now, as far as where LGBT fits into in the entertainment industry, I truly believe that the LGBT is the entertainment industry. The art of entertainment has been built on the backs of cross-dressing men, have been built on the backs of MUAs who happen to be gay guys or trans women, is on the backs of, LGBT people are in the writing rooms, they're in the record labels, they are in every facet of entertainment. The thing of the matter is the celebrity or the celebritized individual is what people are not used to. Like, can you be gay and be a celebrity? Not knowing there's been a lot of gay celebrities and they still exist, but I think we are getting to a time where that's not even becoming an issue anymore. Like, it doesn't matter if you're gay. At one point, it mattered if you were black in the celebrity, but now that's not an issue as well. So I think that we just need to keep moving forward with what we're doing and let the talent speak for itself. If you're talented and black, who cares if you're black? You're talented. If you're talented and gay, who cares if you're gay? You're talented. And I'm seeing those walls being broken down because we get to miss so many great stories and so many great artists, all based off of inconsequential, nonsensical shit like your sexual orientation or your gender identity or who you decide to, be or sleep with. That's just crazy to me.
Right, I agree. So, speaking on that, you know, world renowned famous rapper Little Nas X put out a song, and he put out a video, and a lot of people said that it was controversial. You know, it was speaking towards the religion, you know, things of that nature. I'm not sure if you've seen the video or heard the song, but if you have, you know, a lot of people are having mixed feelings about this video that he put out. So I gotta get your thoughts real quickly before we wrap this up. I gotta get your thoughts on, you know, the position that Little Nas X is in, but not only that, to see video like that and to see the type of stuff that he's portraying out here in this video.
So I think Lil Nas X did so wonderfully. He just weaponized the weapons that were used against him. That's it. I don't think that he's a Satanist. I don't think that he worships the devil. I don't think that he's in the Illuminati. I don't think that he even knows what the Illuminati is.
Right.
Most people don't. I don't think that he is any of those things. I think he's an artist that uses creativity to use it as a tool to, again, weaponize the weapons that were used against him as far as his homosexuality, as far as him being, demonized, and as far as him being, kind of, destined to hell because of, his lifestyle, which I hate that word.
Right.
So he just used it as one big slap in the face to the Christian community, to the bigotry, to the staunch homophobes. And I think that it was it was branding. It's brand conscious. I think it was to stir up all this stuff in a matter of just one video, having the entire world look upon this 19-year-old young man,
Right.
about his creative decisions and his creative devices was honestly quite brilliant to me. I do think there's a such thing as going too far sometimes when
Mm-hmm.
about being a crossover commercial artist, because that's exactly what he is, a crossover commercial artist. So some things can be more of a detriment than a benefit, but in his particular situation, it was the reasoning behind it. Now, the blood in the shoes got me because I'm of the belief of do no harm,
Right.
but I'm all for it as far as his stance.
Okay, okay. And last but certainly not least, you know, when it comes to your career, you know, going back to your career for a second, when it comes to your career and everything that you've accomplished, everything that you are gonna accomplish, because you will be, and I'm gonna say it right here live now, you will be a household name. I'm gonna just say that right now. You're gonna go down as one of the greatest female entertainers in the world. I'm gonna just go ahead and put that out there. So I gotta ask, you know, and we talked about this also yesterday. You said that you don't think it'll ever be over, but if it does, and you should have to, yeah, and you come across something else that you decide to do in life, you know, what is it about you specifically as a person, as a human being, as a Black woman, you know, and what basically represented you in your music? Like, what do you want the people to remember about you specifically?
I want to remember that I did it. I put all my all into it. That no matter what came across my path, you know, what obstacles or what issue, that I kept my eye on the prize, and the prize for me is complete and total autonomy of who I am in my spirit, and using my creative gifts that God has blessed me with to touch people in a way that again makes them forget about their issues. I don't want to come across and say I'm the best anything. I'm the best now. But I want people to remember that, like, yo, if you're gonna be inspired by me, be inspired by the fact that, yo, I don't give up. I don't take no for an answer. People have told me that, oh, you're not gonna make it. Your voice is basic. You're not marketable. How can we market your music? And you're not going to win the Carolina Music Awards. You know, no one's going to know you. You can't make it without me. These are all the things that people have said to me. And I have been someone who I wear my determination on my sleeve. And you have nothing if you don't have that go-gettership. And that's why when people are like, yo, for me, there's no question of if. There's only a question of when. If
Right.
I'm still breathing, I'm still achieving. That's period. Like, I'm still going after my dream. So that's all I got. Other than that, and success looks different for everybody, you know. But for me, the success is the moment I get to step on stages across the world and make a living off of what I do best, and I'm in complete alignment with my dream and my goal. So yeah, that's what that is.
Okay, okay. Well, listen, Janelle, I have truly, again, enjoyed you as always. You are so radiant, so beautiful, and I am truly honored to have known you, to know you, to actually know you a little bit personally, being able to talk with you and get all these different gems and advice and tips, and just to be able to sit back and just listen to you, because you are truly influential out here, whether you know it or not. You are truly influential, and I definitely support everything that you do. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep applying pressure. Definitely make sure you send me that video, send me that song. I'm gonna go and share that and promote this right after this live. So you guys stay tuned for that. I'm gonna go and share that. But real quick, once again, please let the people know what the name of that song is, where they can find it on all social media platforms. Let them know where they can follow you at on all social media platforms.
Yeah, so the song is called All Night, featuring Mr. Talkbox, the Mr. Talkbox off of 24 Karat Magic with Bruno Mars. You can find the song on all platforms, iTunes, Spotify. If you go to my Instagram page, and that's at The Real Janelle Sy'Mone, you'll be able to see in my link. You can actually click on the link, and then it'll pull up how you can watch the video on YouTube, and how you can also download from Spotify and iTunes. And yes, it's available everywhere. I'm The Real Janelle Sy'Mone on Instagram. I'm Janelle Sy'Mone on Facebook. Follow me. I have great content coming out, and I have more to show you and share with you guys. And I cannot wait for you guys to see what I got in store.
And with that being said, there you have it. This has been episode 183 with yours truly, Honcho J23, and the one and only Janelle Sy'Mone. We thank you so much, guys, for tuning in with us, rocking it out with us, chopping it up with us. Hope you guys learned a lot from Janelle Sy'Mone. She really gave a lot. So you guys go back and share this, like it, comment, screen record. You know, tag her in it, tag myself in it. We gladly appreciate it. And like I said, make sure you guys go and check out her new song. It is out right now. Go check it out. I'm going to go check it out again because I've heard it maybe 2 or 3 times. I'm going to go back and listen to it 4 times. So, guys, make sure you lock in, stay tuned in. Follow her, follow myself. I am Honcho J23. This has been episode 183 of Independent Scene Podcast. I thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. We love you. And we'll see you guys next time on another edition of Independent Scene Podcast. This is your boy, Honcho J, Janelle Sy'Mone, and we out of here.
Oh.